Hello, I'm Guy, and this is Guy Robot. Hello! Well, as those of you who've been listening to the last couple of videos I've done will know, I'm going away to Costa Rica for 6 weeks this summer. It's the longest I've spent away anywhere, and I can't just have the time kicking back doing nothing. I'm going to use it as a holiday and time to explore, but I'm also using it as a working holiday. Part of the idea is to see what it's like living over there, how it will be practically, and part of that for me is doing my day-to-day work and seeing how it is. So I've been having to consider what I take over there. I don't really like to travel with much when I go anywhere. I own a week's worth of clothes. I can normally travel anywhere I want with just hand luggage on a plane. But I thought, well, it is 6 weeks, I need to make sure I've got a decent setup. So what am I going to take with me? So although minimalism makes it fairly easy and I've not got that much stuff anymore, I still have to be really careful with what I take, because although if I wanted to, I could take 3 suitcases and fill them with stuff, I don't want to be lugging that all around Costa Rica. Now, tech is most important for me to be able to do my work and also to have fun, so I need to get that balance right. So I thought I'd run through what I'm taking with me and why I've chosen it. We're going to start with the most important thing, my laptop. This bad boy is a Dell XPS 15. It is 4K resolution screen, 32 gigabytes of RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD, and it's got an i7-7700 HQ quad-core processor, which is 2.8 gigahertz boost up to 3.8. This thing is awesome. It's not light, it's also not cheap. It cost me the best part of £2,500 fully spec'd. However, it is absolutely a desktop replacement. Now, whilst it hasn't got the 56 threads that my main computer has, whenever I work on this thing, I never find it underperforms, and I find that it easily keeps up with the development workload I give to it. So this thing, awesome. Also, the battery's not bad. I don't find it can last the whole of the time in a lounge and on a transatlantic flight without needing charge, but I do find it can get through 5 hours of heavy use with full backlight on the screen and a lot of development tasks going on. One of the best purchases I've ever made. It's certainly better than the Chromebook I talked about on this channel before. If you're considering a development laptop, buy this. Keyboard's a bit rubbish though, but we can deal with that. Now, 4K screen, 15-inch, sounds fun, totally impractical to use, and as a developer, one monitor doesn't work. Most of the travel I've done in the last year has been to my business partner in the States. I've got a separate monitor and desk actually set up at his house, so I just plug in and go docked when I'm over there. This is a bit different. I'm trekking around Costa Rica, we're staying in 6 different places. I do need something better than a 15-inch screen. So, heavy box. This is a Dell 2518D Ultra Sharp monitor. So, almost top-end new one. Never been used before. I picked this one up on eBay. Somebody had purchased it by mistake and listed it crazy cheap, £180. The main thing I wanted was a monitor in its original shipping box, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. And luckily, this one appeared when I was checking every single day. I want the original shipping box which doesn't break, both in flight as I move around Costa Rica. And I also wanted a Dell Ultra Sharp because I love them. I insist they're the best monitors I've ever used. In particular, I wanted something that was a 2560 by 1440 resolution monitor. Now, if you are a developer or someone that does anything creative and you're using 1080p monitors, you're mad. The 1440 resolution makes all the difference. Please buy yourself one. Dell Ultra Sharps are by far the best monitors for money as far as I'm concerned. No idea about gaming, but from a professional perspective, and they are awesome. I have 2 2515Hs and a 27-inch as my main monitor in my setup, and I love them every single day. Looking forward to using this when I'm away. As I said, laptop keyboard, bit rubbish, so bit weird. Whenever I travel, I do take my keyboard with me. I say it's a bit weird, I suppose it's no worse than a musician taking their instrument with them. This bad boy. Listen to that. This is my DAS Keyboard Pro. This is undeniably the best keyboard I have had. Previously, my favourite keyboard was a Microsoft split keyboard that they developed back in the late 1990s, which was incredibly comfortable. This thing, however, is awesome. It is built like a tank. It's metal topped. It's got cherry blues on it. The media keys, right? Media keys, not very exciting. I hate media keys. They just work. Like, normally I never use them, but I actually found myself for the first time in 20 years using media keys on a keyboard. And check this out. I'm somewhere, I don't know how big something is. Oh, well, that's all right, because the backrest turns into a ruler. Yeah, how amazing is that? This is undeniably the coolest keyboard I have ever had. It has no backlights, it has nothing fancy. It's just awesome. But for the record, these LEDs, if you stare into them, are actually brighter than the sun and will melt your face. So careful with that. Pairing it with that is a mouse. Hate trackpads. This is a Razer Mamba Tournament Edition. It's nothing special, it's a mouse. The only reason I have this mouse is because I find that the Razer generic mice, which are like 30, 40 quid, are probably the best mice around that price point. I did absolutely love the Razer, what was it called? The Epic Elite? Razer Naga Epic Elite MMO mouse that I used to have for playing World of Warcraft. However, for just a kind of generic standard mouse, this works all right. I don't love it. It has issues. It gets laser lock sometimes. It's not the most amazing of mice. And I also don't like the fact that the Razer software that you install to change backlight and things like that sends all your keystroke and mouse movements to Razer. Nice to find that one out in the GDPR leak. Well, not really leak, but the new terms and conditions. Either way, if anybody can recommend a better mouse for a developer, or if you think using a digital pen or something like that would be better, let me know, because I'm up for trying something different. I've never found a mouse I'm happy with. I hate mice. I mainly use keyboards. That's as good as I've got. Coming with that as well, I'm taking, what other exciting things have I got? My phone. Woo. It's a Huawei P9 Plus, reviewed on the channel before. It still mostly works. Did drop it in the toilet once. Still works. And that is going to have a Costa Rican SIM card in when I'm over there. I have a couple of pairs of headphones. I have my synchronized bamboo headphones. These were like £12. These are my emergency kind of cheap headphones. The sound is incredibly good for a pair of £12 headphones, available on Amazon. I have the microphone I'm recording with now, which is a Boya BYM1, so I can do some more videos when I'm away. If the audio sucks, I'm sorry. I normally use duct tape to tape it to my chest. However, I haven't got any duct tape at the moment, and I've used parcel tape and it keeps falling off. Hopefully, the audio is not ruined on this. And last but not least, my main headphones. These are my Sennheiser HD598CS headphones. Now, of the Sennheiser headphones, there's a couple of options. You've got the decent ones and the dodgy ones made in China. These are decent ones. They are not noise cancelling, but they are noise isolating. They are full over-ear headphones. I have really big ears, and these fit on absolutely fine and massively dampen noise. They are the most comfortable headphones I have ever worn. I did actually buy some B&W, I think they were P7s or P9s before these to try them out, like 2-3 times the price, and they just weren't comfortable enough. Now these are closed ear ones. They also do an open ear version of it, but even though these are closed ears, there is quite a bit of audio leakage. It is cabled, comes with a cable which has got a microphone on it, so I can use this for recording and doing Skype calls as well. But the main thing about these is how unbelievably comfortable they are. If you want to sit for a long time on a plane or anywhere else and you want to have headphones on, these are by far the best, and they are a steal. They're normally £200 on Amazon. Currently, they are £130 on Amazon, and I honestly don't think you'll get anything close to that for the price point. Other than that, well, I'm taking clothes, and a lot of cables, but what do I pack it in? Tom Bean. So, this is my backpack. This is my Tom Bean Synapse 25 in Wasabi Green. Now, I love these bags. My wife introduced me to them, and she's got one as well. We've both got the same slightly larger bag as well, an Aeronaut 45 that I'll show you in a minute. It's just so thoughtfully designed. So first of all, it has this amazing system, which is called a rail for holding your laptop. So this comes out, and this is a laptop sleeve that's attached to the bag. Now it seems quite simple, but it just, I can't really do justice to this. It just slides, nice and easy. Now when you're in airport security and you've got your bag filled with stuff and you want to take your laptop out, you just go whoop, and it's there, and you can pop it in the next tray and then equally slide it back in. Inside, it's got a number of pockets and sections which seem to work perfectly. There's a front pocket in there, which is exactly the right size for my giant headphone case. There's a water bottle pocket in the front, which is, yep, you guessed it, exactly the right size for my water bottle. I use the side pockets for putting in pens, hairbrushes, things like that. The rest of the cabinet's middle section I normally put my clothes in, and down in this bottom section I normally put all my cables and possibly a pair of shoes. Also on all the Tom Bean stuff are these O-rings, which are probably not very exciting on camera. Ooh, it's an O-ring. Now the main point about this is when you get all the accessories, like this, which is called a snake charmer, you just attach it, clip it on, and it's attached to your bag, which gives you amazing cable management abilities. Cable management? Not cable management, bag management, I guess. Either way, I really love the geekiness of being able to specify all the different options to put in this bag. I've also got its big brother. This is going to be my first outing with this one, the Aeronaut 45. This is still hand baggage sized. It's just another big bag. It's got the same kind of configurable sections on it. And all my cables go into this, which is an accessory called the snake charmer, which is separated into two halves. I just put my toothbrush body in it because it just fits. And there you go. So we're going to do something very unusual for a tech channel now. We're going to do a time lapse of me packing a bag. Let's go upstairs. Welcome to my bedroom. That's not something I ever thought I would say on YouTube before. So here is what's going to be packed. That's where I'm going to do the packing. Here we have pretty much everything that was just discussed. There is the grand total of my clothes, a toothbrush, some toiletries, my only pair of shoes that isn't a sandal. These are Vibram 5 fingers. They are awesome, individual toe holes, and they are super tiny, so they fold up. Laptop, keyboard, mouse, monitor, bags, and one suitcase for that monitor to go in. Oh, and a sun hat and a yoga mat. Let's begin. Okay, so that was all my packing. It's more than I'd normally take away with me. Normally I can go with just my Synapse 25. If I'm going to take my keyboard as well for a longer stay, I can normally just take it in hand baggage of some kind and my Synapse 25 because that's all I really need to take that doesn't fit in the Synapse. But arguably, maybe it was too much taking a monitor with me on this trip, but I hate using a small monitor, and ultimately this is to feel comfortable living and working somewhere for a bit. So for me, taking a monitor with me makes sense. By being minimalist and not having as many clothes and shoes and trousers and tops and more shoes, because you always need more shoes, and I have no socks with me, so that gets rid of a bunch of stuff immediately, that gives me the space to take a suitcase and just put a monitor in it, because why not? So I guess kind of following up from my last one where I mentioned minimalism, I love the fact that it now means I can take the things that matter to me, and that means, yep, I'm going to take a monitor on holiday with me, and I'm good with that. Anyway, this was me packing for Costa Rica. Other than this top, which is imminently going to go in the washing machine and get packed as well, that's kind of everything that's going with me. I fly out on Wednesday this week. Well, I leave for the airport on Wednesday this week anyway. And I eventually, going via Cuba a day or so there and going via Panama, finally arrive in Costa Rica on Friday evening, I think. So once I'm there and I've got settled, I will do a couple more videos while I'm away. You may well find me talking about Costa Rica because it's awesome, or not, we'll find out. Never been before. Either way, hope you found this interesting. Let me know what you think. What do you guys take on holiday with you when you go? And if you're a digital nomad who likes traveling around the world with stuff, do you just do it with a laptop, or do you also want to take half your office with you and bring monitor, keyboard and mouse? Let me know, leave comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.